for you.
Yeah. You're a good Samaritan.
Well, an Oklahoma third-grade teacher who's frustrated about having to buy classroom supplies with her own money has been panhandling on the street to raise cash this summer, and her story has gone viral. 50-year-old Teresa Danks makes around $35,000 a year and says she spends about $2,000 to $3,000 of it on school supplies for her class. In just one day on the streets, she made more than $100, with many drivers supporting her cause and cheering her on. She spoke with Good Morning America. Take a look.
I mean, we are begging, and, you know, we don't want to call it that, but this kind of shows that it is. I'm not alone. I mean, we're all doing it, so I'm just one voice of many. I was getting emotional when people are like, your teachers like you are the reason I'm alive today.
What do you think?
Such a tough story.
It really is.
I was working so hard to think about what it was like when I was in school, you know, back when you had to chip into a stone tablet with a hammer and a nail. But I don't remember our teachers buying. I mean, that was something that the school paid for, and I think it's really emblematic of how poorly and terribly our priorities have shifted when you have teachers in the street begging for money to teach America's children. It's an embarrassment, and we spend so much money on so many things that are not enriching the future of America's children, and this woman's out begging for money. What was lovely about that story was how generous and how kind everybody was that interacted with her.
Yeah.
And but I mean, there's a bigger, real fundamental problem when we're diverting all this money to crazy stuff and not paying to raise our children in a safe and healthy environment.
And I mean, not only are the teachers there buying supplies as they are across the country, but Oklahoma happens to be ranked 49th out of 50 in teacher salaries. So it's basically the lowest, just ahead of Mississippi, of teacher salaries.
People caring for our precious resource.
But you know what? You look at those pictures, those selfies, and the expressions on those third graders' faces look so appreciative. They look like they love her so much that she's probably happy to do it. She shouldn't have to do it, but she looks like, you know what? I'm spending $2,000 or $3,000, but look at what I'm getting back. Those kids look like they love her and are so appreciative.
Like that we can remember.
Yeah, she makes them love school.
But you know what it speaks to? It speaks to the dedication of the teachers out there, and that we should be applauding them, and that we should demand that our city, county, states, that they fund education. It's an investment in our future, and we should be ashamed of ourselves that we're letting these teachers not get the pay that they should get and having them to have to beg for the basic resources to teach our children.
Use your vote, everybody.
That's right. That's right.
We'll be right back.